Hello everyone. Hopefully you can see me and hear me properly. Let's see. Can you hear me? Alright. Let's see. Uh, 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 should be online. I believe I'm online. Okay. Hopefully. Just share the link again. Just copy that. Just share it. Now it's a little bit of a different setup. I found this camera. Well, I bought this camera and it should give us a better resolution. Can you hear me well? Um, is it a good volume? Please let me know in the comments if you're there. Hello. Okay, all good. Then let me copy this. Yeah, I guess somebody else would figure this out quicker than me, but yeah, I'm just getting used to this whole thing. I thought I already fixed all the bugs, but it usually is not the case. It's easy to mess up. Uh, it's just gonna take a few more seconds for me to letting people know that I'm live, so not that not that many people actually join. So, but anyway. What? uh, yeah, if you could only see what I just did. Yeah, you can probably like that. Yeah, I'm trying to use the phone to let people know. Done. Let's just put this here and just put another text. Uh, okay. Right. I hope you can see me and hear me well. To whoever joins, thank you for being here. Uh, I did this guy last time I was here with this reference image. This time around, I am gonna try to go for this bird, tucan in Spanish. Let's see if I don't mess this up. I think it's called canoe beak toucan, something like that. And let's check it out. I think you can find it from Mexico to all the way to Venezuela and like part of Colombia, the Amazonas. So let's see if I can find the information. I had it, but because I'm moving around stuff, yeah. Sorry if I have to get better at this part. Definitely, but I guess Ramphatus sulfuratus. So yeah, it goes from Mexico to Venezuela, Colombia, and yeah, it has different tones, uh, as you can see, obviously. Give me a second. The Kill Bill toucan, also known as sulfur-breasted toucan, kill toucan, this according to Wikipedia, is a colorful Latin American member of the toucan family in the national bird. It's the national bird of Belize, which I didn't know. I didn't know that. The species is found in tropical jungles from southern Mexico to Ecuador. It's an omnivorous forest bird that feeds on fruit, seeds, insects, invertebrates, lizards, snakes. That I didn't know either. I thought they only ate fruits, lizards, snakes, and small birds, and their eggs. Anyhow, sorry, I was thinking a little bit from my coffee. Uh, Alright, I guess let's start with the drawing. Hopefully, some of you might enjoy if you watch this later and actually get to listen to my input rather than whispers. Yeah, not fun. And you can now also see my face because I got this other camera. Well, I had this camera. This was the one that I was using to stream before, but it's not really good quality. Um, and now I just swapped the camera. Something I don't like about this one is that apparently it doesn't. You cannot change the zoom, the focus rather. So yeah, that's a downside for it. Definitely, I'm trying to figure it out. Well, for the drawing, I was thinking I downloaded a few references. I downloaded this one, and this one. Um, in regards of visual interest. Oh, by the way, these are from Unsplash. This one was taken by Angeli Page. This one was by Geoffrey Bombach. I think hopefully I pronounced it well. And this one is from Zdenek Mashasek. Yeah, hard to pronounce. Um, but yeah, if you wanna check out their website Unsplash, it's free to use for anyone that wants to use that resource. They have a lot of free resources for artists. You can get references, and you can actually use it for commercial work. Sorry that I guess I was covering the camera there. Anyway, the main thing is this. So, all right. I mentioned multiple times before, but probably because the audio was terrible, I you couldn't hear me, or just went away from the stream because of it. Uh, I've been using a pen and some markers. Lately, this Sharpie highlighter and some Posca markers as well. That if you've heard of them, they're really good. So uh, just something to keep in mind. Shout out to this company's Posca, Sharpie, and Beak, which is actually these are fairly cheap to buy. So I'm using really cheap materials because these are supposed to be sketches, and my idea was also to make it so that people from different backgrounds and budgets could get access to it. If I'm using something that is like really niche, like what maybe some people won't be able to get it. Also, I tend to not use that much for certain things unless you're doing like a final piece. Like I don't believe you really need that. So anyhow, uh, matter of perspective, I would say. Let's see if I'm not messing up my face there while trying to set up the camera for the video. Yeah, okay. I record this also for to do I do short videos, so uh, I can use this later. I set up that. Okay. Now, I guess the intro is is done, and let's get to it. I think I'm more inclined for, in regards to the angles, I think this one, yeah, this one's super clean. I cannot like this one. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Usually, if you're gonna do something like this, I've mentioned multiple times again in previous streams. The first thing I do is frame it within the page. So let's say you use this as a reference, so you would leave around the same distance from each side, so you would have breathing space around your drawing. It looks better on the page, so it would be something to consider if it's something that you would like to try ever, draw something from scratch. um, I also sometimes the other version of this, because in this case I'm using reference, as you can see right there, uh, but I also like to draw from imagination. So this kind of stuff, this is a freestyle uh, illustration. So I just start drawing, no previous sketch, just whatever comes into mind, and just let it out into a page. This is something I really like. Sometimes it's easy to control it. Sometimes I guess it can get out of hand. So yeah, I did this before on another stream I did. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on what you want to do with your drawings and your creative pursuits. Anyhow, I think I noticed I was filming already. Yeah. Also, keep in mind I'm really tired because I I'm taking care of a newborn, so keep that in mind. So that's actually why I'm streaming at this time. By this time, usually they're sleeping, so you don't have to worry about that. So you already did all the things you need to do. Something I really like about the pen is that I mentioned this multiple times before is that you have a lot of range in what you can do with it. I always forget to warm up the pen so it's not clogged the tip of the pen. Even though this is kind of double-edged sword, you can mess it up. Let's see. I really had no idea that this guys ate so many things. I thought they only ate fruit. They're vicious. Well, I guess with those beaks. I always mess that up. Peak, beak. Um, right. Just, uh, Let's get out of this the way. So, because the pen allows you to get a lot of range out of it, you can go really light with it or just really leave a mark on the page. So, it's up to you what your idea is. Um, these are not one to one. The beak looks like it could shop something. Yeah, probably. I honestly I thought they only ate fruits. I'm really surprised because we normally in our country and other countries in the Caribbean and such, if you go to certain hotels, they might have them as sort of like, oh, this look at this cute creature, so you can take pictures with. And whenever I went to those places, a place that had one of these birds, I was like, yeah, it doesn't look very friendly to me. Like I was always cautious. The birds, yeah, from afar they're wonderful, but if you get close enough, they look like little raptors. So yeah, I was never too confident with these animals around. Even though they you see them with with the person that you can take pictures with it. And yeah, I was like, yeah, but I prefer not to. Thank you. I'll stay away from it. I of course you can look at them and stuff, but I wouldn't get that close. There's so many stories of not with this type of birds, but with animals in general that people, I don't know, we have a odd sense of danger sometimes. Some people, They think they can get close to, I don't know, a bear or a moose. Like, oh, they look so wonderful, and then get murdered by yeah, maybe wrong words to say on a stream, but yeah, it's dangerous. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's so many examples of creatures like it's a wild animal. Even though some people have them as pets, they're wild animals. Doesn't matter what it is, unless it's like a dog, and even then, a dog can do damage, same as a cat. Those are pets, and they can still hurt you if if it comes to that. So just be mindful of that. Anyway, my reasoning for doing this sort of drawings is because I really like animals, and I usually prefer them to people, I would say. With animals, you know exactly what you're getting, and not as often as with people. So, yeah, I really like that aspect, and also that they're way more smart and surprising than you might think. Of course, there's a lot of people that are way more conscious. Sorry, way more aware of these creatures and how we should be taking care of them, like protecting their habitats and so on and so forth. So hopefully we can look to a better future. That certainly has been a lot of exploitation in the past, and I don't know. It takes effort to protect areas that are as biodiverse as the Amazon, for example, which is uh, the animals that I've been doing. A lot of them are from the Amazon, so yeah, I think we should leave that place alone as much as possible. I get it that there's a lot of interest in learning from it. That's fine, but getting gold out of it, for example, that is something that so many people obsess about. I get it. You wanna make some money, but maybe we should focus our efforts in finding ways of maybe you can still get gold from it, but at the same time not kill half the population that lives there. Um, like mercury poisoning in the waters in the Amazon, um, that sort of thing. So, and it's a very real thing. Contamination and deforestation are huge threats to animals in the jungle, in all the jungles. I'm talking about the one that is in our backyard, uh, the Amazon, but you can go to almost anywhere and you're gonna find us like destroying stuff. Again, I get it. I understand that we need to get food and such, but we can find ways of be more uh, conscious about those things. Definitely, 100%. I would say that's my main reasoning for me doing this sort of thing. And if you haven't, I made this deck of cards that is also around similar subjects, trying to uh, share my culture and where I come from. So, and also my original idea was to uh, help an organization. I haven't been able to yet, but that's my goal. If I can get to it, that's my goal. So, if someone gets one of this, you're eventually gonna help an organization. I actually what I'm planning to do is just by the time I have all the collected stuff, just send it and probably not say anything. Maybe I'll mention. I don't know. I don't know if I should mention it. Because the idea is just to help. Not there's nothing more to it. That was my part of the project from the get go. All right. Dun, dun, dun. So, uh, damn, I messed up the light there. Um, I lost the train of thought. I'm really tired, but I just keep going with this. I'm getting to a point to which I'm happy with. I guess I took a fairly simple image, although I don't know if it's good enough. I mean, my drawing. I mentioned before that sometimes if you're not looking at the page uh, on the right angle, then you can mess up the proportions, so you can get some distortion on it. So something to keep in mind. Ta, ta, ta. Okay. I would say that in this case I actually kind of messed up the composition because if I continue with the I decided to crop the image here. If I continue with the bird, he would end around this area or something like here. So yeah, this is part of doing a live, I guess, which I'm learning how to do. So please be patient. Also, if you can, and if you enjoy whatever I did on the live so far, consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Um, it's completely free for you. Um, and it would also help me continue to do this kind of stuff. I'm basically unknown in regards of my artwork, so whatever help I can get will be awesome. So subscribers, that helps, definitely helps. Um, Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to drop a comment to whoever watches this in the future. I don't know how many would be, but hopefully I didn't drive off everyone because of my terrible sound quality on the previous uh, live streams. My idea for this is just to, I guess, if you're studying or if you actually want to draw something, you can put this on the background and just don't feel as on your own. So my idea before was to add some music, but I don't know if you watch this and you have some knowledge about this stuff. Let me know because I found a service that they give you music that you can actually stream with, but my hesitation is, can they claim your videos afterwards? Which, yeah, like why would I want to use something that might mean that they can claim my work? Because yeah, they have the music, I get that, and they have all the right to earn from their property. I understand that very well, and I'm all for that. But at the same time, to my understanding, depending on the platform, they can copyright claim the full video. So yeah, it's something that I'm kind of hesitant about. Right. Depending on what exactly you want to achieve with a pen, you can use different techniques. In this case, I'm just using cross cross hatching, but there are definitely other ways in which you can use a pen. So yeah, I guess I'll do a small demo. You can also do something like that. So it would be way more diffused. It just takes longer to do. So you could do like realism with this. You can definitely do hyperrealism. And I haven't mentioned this on my YouTube channel, I think. Or did I? I have a bunch of videos with, with not many views, but I made already a bunch of videos, and thinking one of them, I'm not 100% sure. I mentioned that I was actually thinking of getting into tattooing. I own a machine. I don't have it now with me, but it's back at my home country, and I did practice with it, and yeah, I was gonna get into it way more. So way back when, I used to practice a lot with pen and paper during school years. That was my bread and butter. So now it's kind of fun to revisit that with a lot more knowledge about what I'm actually doing. And if you want to get into tattooing, you can definitely get an idea of techniques by using a pen. Of course, there's certain things that you're not going to be able to do because this would be equivalent of using a solo needle rather than like the diffuser. I don't know how to say in English, but the the bigger heads with a bunch of needles on it. That allows you to shade. So, but something that this teaches you if you ever decide to pick up a pen and try for yourself is that if you use it enough, you learn how to control it, and you can do that with also with a tattooing machine. Again, these are sketches, so not a not a final. I have to keep reminding myself of that because sometimes you can get caught up in details and just spend too much time on something that is not relevant. Also, I don't pay attention to it, but you have to be mindful that if you saturate the paper enough, if you go over it with your hand, you can smear the paper. You can stain the paper with the ink. So keep that in mind. And the other part of why I'm doing this instead of doing like a digital painting is I guess it's related to all the movement that is going on with AI. Like, I I don't want to keep feeding their algorithms. Well, I guess you, regardless, you're gonna do it. If you're in social media, they got us all. But uh, not directly. I'm not directly feeding one of the AIs. They're trying to get artists to use their work. So yeah, I think analog is the future for artists. Yeah, I wanna see those prompters try this out. 100%. Yeah, go ahead and try it. See if you can get a result from it. I don't know. It's kind of insulting that people would think that that's, oh, it's not theft. Yeah, it is. I remember watching years back a video of someone talking about, oh, this is a, it was a company, a startup. I cannot recall exactly which company it was, but they were branding, um, oh, this is a Rembrandt that doesn't exist. So their whole thing was that they were able to make a Rembrandt out of images that they fed onto the computer from the paintings of that master. And it was supposed to be like a research thing. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "This dudes they don't care about artistry or that part of the whole thing." I get it for certain aspects of production, for example, because hopefully, like if before everybody was doing like overtime and such, uh, in the future there shouldn't be any excuses. Nobody should be going home doing overtime because everything's supposed to be way faster with AI now. But I don't know. That's to be seen because one thing that I haven't seen properly, unless you have reasonably talented people working on whatever product they're trying to get out of the AI, like sort of a art direction type thing, you can get some really messy results. So unless you convince somehow uh, good art directors and artists in general to join in on that, which I don't think will happen because I don't know, maybe some. I don't really I don't really know. Uh, hopefully, uh, we find an understanding that okay, if you train this AI with the work of all of us, then you have to pay royalties to all of us, but they want to bypass that. think this is good enough for now. I think I messed up some part of it. Like something like that. Yeah. Alright. Now, kind of late. But let's go for the part that I enjoy most. Bum, 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 bum. Heck yeah. Yeah, this camera can deal with this light condition. The other one was, yeah, not happy whenever I did this part. Let's see. Let's go for this. With this, I'm trying to follow the shape of the. I lost the word. I'm too tired. I have my coffee here, but I haven't drink any. Um, Feathers. Just the shape of the body, bod, body, and how the feathers flow on the bird in this case. I don't know, not 100%, but eh, this will have to do. Hmm. How many people have joined today? Anyway, it's about the process and the journey. Even though it would be awesome for other people to join. So I mentioned this before. I really like the vibe that you get from, like, the reference in my mind that I have that other people can relate to easily is laser tag places that they have those like radioactive colors on the walls, and so I remember that as a kid. So I've always liked that sort of aesthetic, and you can find that also on like a lot of cyberpunk stuff and different types of, for example, it's really common on a, let's say, disco, but un antro. So that the whole thing of like fluorescence is what I'm trying to get to. I like fluorescence in general, so I find it really interesting. It's sort of this magic to it. So I've always wanted to add. I actually, since I was studying, I had that color palette in mind. It just takes time to put it all together into one thing, I guess. But I did use way back when, if you look at my past work, uh, like really strong colors, strong palettes, because it's a vibe I enjoy. So, uh, let's sip a little bit more coffee and hopefully I can get the rest of this guy. Hmm. guess I'll use this guy. Even though this color doesn't, like, you see it, it's like glowing. You see this glow, but once you paint it, it doesn't look like that, which kind of sucks. So if somebody from Sharpie is listening, I'll be awesome if you if there's a version of this that like does this the same way that this one reacts to light, which I it was in art. There's often what you call happy accidents, so that'll be one of them. Something like that. Let's get this. Where's the other? Uh, I don't know if I'm getting the vibe right, but I'll let you know once I'm finished. Now that I think of it, birds reminds me of the Avatar movies. They probably took part of this birds to use them for the flying creatures that you can see on it. Of course, you're using real life references to do that, so it would make total sense that they would do something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's turn on the lights. Not surprised I messed up here. Yeah, not that happy with this one. You win some, you lose some. Even though I think I can some cool stuff with it. Still. I guess me, uh, maybe in a different stream I'll mention what I'm thinking about. But yeah, keep thinking about the reach of whatever you do online. With this being pitch black, then have sort of that those white spots. So I basically wasted a little bit of time doing that or under cross hatching. Could have just gone with this. I'll get a better result, closer to what I wanted, faster. But you learn along the way, I think. Let's see, I know because I've used them quite a bit. I have another highlighter. Come on. Yeah. The mess is also part of of the process. Huh. I'm pretty sure that I have those. Where are they? Where are they? Uh, yeah, I don't have them. I'm going to have to look for them after. Gotta be somewhere to be found. Anyway, just gonna. Wanted to capture the subtlety of the color change, but easier said than done. And well, we limited the color, so I think this one in particular is asking for this because it's part of the image. I don't know, it's so iconic that I think I might be able to do what I wanted with this. Maybe. That's my dog that woke up. He probably wants to go out. Uh, and you can probably hear the sirens going off in the background too. So I'm almost done with this. On my way, Max. Wait. Give me a second. He probably wants to go to the bathroom. Uh, so, yeah, I heard you. I heard you, buddy. Alright. So, let's sign this. Thank you. Yeah, my wife heard me. Uh, Something like that. Yeah, I like it. I know it's not exactly what I was going for. And by the way, I have to figure out where I put those highlighters. When you're trying to do something like this and you don't have the materials that you usually use, it's a little bit off-putting. You see this part right here? That I also don't particularly like because it should be way more dense. So part sketch, part actual piece. Yeah, I guess my version it's different, just different. Alright. Yeah, could have done better with the composition. I think I framed it, this particular one too close down, and the, yeah, where I messed up the most, I think, is putting the sign here, the signature here. Should put it here so it would balance out the composition. Anyway, if you decided to watch this stream, thank you for being here. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm trying to do one of this uh, a day per week. I don't stream during the weekends, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and if you're watching this later on, thank you for watching my video. I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.